Okay, so I'm back with another video. This is actually a request from a Patreon subscriber. I don't know if I'll just say the first initial S. I don't know if you want everybody to know who you are or not, but this is from a Patreon subscriber. So the subscriber wanted me to do this, and it's an article. And I don't have any problem with doing any articles, by the way. If anybody ever wants me to go over an article, that's fine. That's cool, man. So this article is titled, Women Share the Worst Backhanded Compliments They Received. And what follows is, the content below was sourced from Real Post on the Whisper app, the largest online community where people anonymously share real thoughts and feelings. Join the community to continue the conversation today. Women have to deal with a lot of criticism in the media and in real life. A prime example of this is backhanded compliments, where someone compliments you while insulting you on something else. See what rude things were said to these ladies. May these confessions remind you to think before you speak. See, okay, correction. I guarantee a woman or a gay man wrote this shit, right? Okay, because translation. I just had the fork. There we go. All right. Translation is this. See, most backhanded compliments to women, it's not a backhanded compliment. The reality is this. Woman is so desperate to please everyone in her life that if there is any if anything is even the slightest inferred that they did not meet the highest requirement, then it's a backhanded compliment. You see, this is why you never tell a woman, you look all right. You tell a woman, she looks great, she looks beautiful, she looks amazing. Like, because all right means that she doesn't reach. See, to a woman, all right means, oh, well, there's others who are better than me. My weak woman ego can't handle that, so now I'm mad because I'm not the best. But if you say she's beautiful, she's amazing, now she's like, oh, well, I'm in the top percentage of women because I'm beautiful. You know, like, because, like, see, all that thing of, like, fragile male ego and all fragile male masculinity and all that shit. See, every time women say shit like that, that is their way of pretty much trying to put how they really are onto men. Like I say, how men are shallow and all this. Like, women do it times 50 on a good day. So the first backhanded compliment is, I don't like girls with short hair, but you're pretty. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you, now, my honest opinion is, okay, there are very few women who can get away with wearing short hair. Very few. Very few. And out of those few, there's very few of those women who can actually get my dick hard with their short hair, all right? That's just the fucking reality of it. And see, with that short hair shit, women know nobody likes short hair like that. You see? And this dates back... This dates back in the history of sex. Like, there's a documentary on it. I think it's like the history of sex or sexual history or something like that. And they go, like, deep into it. They really explain, like where wigs and weaves came from. Like, thousands of fucking years ago. See, women are, to be woman is to be prostitute. Okay? I'm not saying it in a negative way. It's just the reality. To be woman is to be prostitute. To be woman is to have an hypergamous nature. To be woman is to seek out the higher quality male to protect her in the world. All bitches just want protection. I'm not saying that to talk down on them. It's just this has always been anything that is female's nature. She has to get a man who can either protect her or give her everything she wants. Like, woman must suck the soul out of whatever it can get its hands on. It's just what they do. It's what they are. Don't be mad about it. Just accept it. Know when to recognize it. Know how to adjust with it and then move on. Right? It's all you could do. So back in those old days, like old days when motherfuckers were sleeping outside in caves and shit, like, it's like documented. Bitches used to, even back then, bitches always wanted men who were traveling. Like, nothing's changed. Okay? They wanted men who were traveling. So when the men who would travel, the women in all these little villages and little areas where they would live, they would notice that all the men would always go towards the women who had long hair. So what did the women start doing? Well, the women started noticing it, and then they started tying in long hay or grass and long grass or hay in their hair to give the appearance that they have long hair to try to get men. And then so, of course, things evolved. They grew off the animal hair, and then that's how weaves and wigs became a thing. That's how that shit originated. It wasn't because, oh, this poor person went bald and we want to fix. No, it's because women because women were trying to look for the best man to prostitute for, to get into his pockets. That's how it all started. Women know nobody likes short hair. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong, like some women can still pull it off. In my opinion, some women can still pull it off and look good. I mean, even out of that small percentage, like there's another next level small percentage who I would actually want to fuck. A very low percentage, okay? Because and it's not like I'm this shallow. Women have always known this, okay? And the thing is, see, women will try to push it. Oh, well, men are so shallow and blah 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 blah. Okay, there has never been a man who has ever tied down a woman and said, "Bitch, if you don't grow your hair out or have long hair, I'm not gonna fuck you." The man just quietly goes along to what he wants, right? But see, the fact that when woman did not get that gratification, the man has to be evil, you see. But no, the real problem is, see, woman must please. They must please. Woman will cut their fucking leg off if it meant pleasing a man. They have to do it. They must do it. You see, so it's not men's fault. It's blame biology. That's what you should blame women. Anyway, let's go to the next one. You are too cute to be single. You must be the crazy one. And she knows that's she knows that's true. She knows it's true. For one reason or another, that woman knows it's true. Because see, as men, it's almost expected for men to be single. You know, it's almost expected for even the best looking man. Like, it's expected for man to be that kind of solo warrior in life. But see, women are living life on very easy mode. Like, if you turn on a video game, you put that shit on very easy, it's probably the level that will be beneath that. Like, was it Duke Nukem, where you could play, he would wear a pacifier in his mouth if you put the level down too low? And that's how women's lives are in the dating market. So, with this, you are too cute to be single. See, every woman knows that's true, because every woman knows that they have at least 5 guys hitting them up at all times in any form of communication. All right, and the fact that she's still single, yeah, she knows it's true. See, that's another form of backhand compliment, is they're stating the reality, and the woman knows it's true and can't respond with anything because they just threw some truth in her face. That's all it is. Wonder how long this is. That's what she said. Next. You're a beautiful black woman. You're a beautiful black woman. Why can't I just be a beautiful woman? Oh, why the need to emphasize my skin color? That is a deep one. Because, like I said so many times before, the two populations, I'm just being real about this, the two populations that have the hardest times in the dating market are black women and Asian men. It's just, and I'm not saying that to talk bad about either side, but it's just the reality. And the reason why, usually, and I'll say this, within those two groups, there are still groups of those populations who clean up in the dating market. But a lot of times, with black women and Asian men, the issue is they naturally carry themselves with traits of the opposite gender, which turns the opposite gender away from them. Like I said, like a lot of women, they carry themselves around very masculine. You know, they always got this. When you look at them, they got this stank attitude just written on their face. You know, that you could tell they're like 5 seconds away from just blowing up and getting mad, or they just look masculine, or they smell like black women, or they just have poor hygiene. They don't shave. They don't, they got hair growing in where it ain't supposed to be growing in. Like there's always some masculine issue with them. And the thing was with a lot of Asian men is a lot of Asian men are not like feminine per se, like with they hand down shit like that. But it's like that kind of quiet, submissive, it's that kind of quiet, submissive, kind of wait for you kind of thing that gives off, oh, this must be feminine. This must be. So it scares away all the women. But don't get me wrong, because I've known Asian guys who cleaned up with bitches when I was in high school. I'm thinking of two Asian friends of mine right now. They were brothers. The one brother, he was the alpha Asian dude, and his younger brother was the beta. So, and I'm not making this shit up, man. Cause I never went to clubs, but I would always hang out. I think I went to the club with them like a couple times. It wasn't a lot, but the times I did go, man, like the younger brother would actually pull bad bitches out the club, but he was a beta dude. So outside that loud music and dark lights, and you got to actually be yourself, you know, his beta side, his beta-ness would always come out. So, but his brother was like alpha. His brother was the one. He was the what do you call the path blazer. He was the trailblazer. Like he made trails for his brother. So his brother was the first one to go out and get his own flat, go out and get a good job, go out and start dressing better, go out. You know, he was that one. So like every time the younger brother would pull a bad bitch. Oh, and the younger brother lived with the older brother in his apartment. So every time, I'm not making this shit up. Every time he would pull a bad bitch, the bitch would come home with him. And then 2 or 3 days later, the bitch would be sleeping in his brother, with his brother, in his room. The bitches would be in his brother's room, and he'd be in his room alone. I'm not making that shit up, man. Not making that up. But anyway, you're a beautiful black woman. See, I said this a while back, man. Like with a lot of black women, a lot of them they just have poor hygiene. A lot of them just have poor hygiene. They smell. They don't shave. They just don't clean well. Some of them can dress. Some of them can dress well. But for the relative like alpha black woman in the dating market, like those women are usually snatched up fast. Like you cannot get your hands on them. Because there's some black women who I date. I have dated some black girls. But it was always like that. Like I just got lucky. It was like at the right time. But like those women are snatched up like that. And same thing with the Asian men. Like the ones who do succeed, like they're just like it's almost like with those like with Asian like electronics and shit like that. Like it's almost the same thing. Either like the Asian electronic is like a piece of fucking shit, or it's like, you know, a Samsung. Like there's not very much in the middle. Like it's either like amazing or nothing. And the same thing with black people. It's the same thing with a lot of black people. Either a lot of black people are like pieces of shit or they're fucking gods. Like there's not much room for like in the middle to be accepted in the world, and that's just how it is, man. Like that is it's just the reality. So next, your hair looks nice today. Why don't you do it like this all the time? Okay. So coming from, I know what that meant as a man, but see, women are so delicate with needing to please, that fragile feminine ego. Women are so delicate with this that I know how women would hear this because I've dealt with enough of them. But I know if a man said this, I know what a man said. See, and I used to catch myself. Now I know how to phrase it to get a woman to know what I mean. Okay, what I would say is to this statement, your hair looks nice today. Why don't you do it like this all the time? What I would say is, you look bonerific. You look bonerific today. I got that, I think, from Will Ferrell. You look bonerific. Like boner and terrific. And you know what? And girls would, you know what would happen after I would say that? Like another day would go by and I didn't like her hair or something or makeup or whatever the fuck. I wouldn't say anything. And she was like, well, you didn't say I looked bonerific, so I don't look good. Like, but see, like when you say today, see, what woman hears is your hair looks nice today. Why don't you do it like this all the time? See, she's not thinking bonerific, like fuckable. She's thinking like her skills in doing her hair as woman or her decision making as woman was subpar, which means she can't please other people except when she does that one thing. So like, but and like all women, once you infer that they can't please you, then like their self-destruct speeds up by like 95%. But like, see, when I say like you're bonerific, that's not saying that the other days didn't look good. It's just saying that today, like, I really want to fuck the shit out you. But like, it's like saying like I want to fuck the shit out you all the time, but how it looks today, like I really want to fuck the shit out you today. When you just say you look bonerific, like I said, your hair looks nice today. Why don't you do it like this all the time? I know what a man means by that. A man means like I really want to fuck you with your hair looking like that. That's what a man means. But a woman's gonna hear, oh, I didn't, you know, my decision making is off as a woman, so blah blah blah. I know what that means. So the next one, you have a beautiful pregnancy glow. The kicker, I wasn't pregnant. Well, lose some fucking weight, bitch. Next, that's not hard to figure out. She knew it. She's just mad. She knew it. You have a beautiful pregnancy glow. The kicker, I wasn't pregnant. Sad face. We'll lose some goddamn weight, bitch. Fuck, are you fucking serious? Like, that's just fragile femininity. I was told by an ex that I have a body of a porn star, but my face isn't good enough. Yep. And you know what? That's why he would. That's why he was your boyfriend at one time, because he humbled you. Like I say so many times before, the only time women act right is when they're humble. Now, had he just said you have a had he just said that you had a body of a porn star and left it at that, her ego would have went completely in a whole other direction, and oh, it would have. Trust me, that relationship would have gone much worse over time. Yeah, like I say, so I mean, like when in that Patreon video with what's it, Kristen, whatever that bitch name is, she went to that dude's apartment. And she was dogging him out for that apartment. She was roasting you. Can you fit in that big, you tall motherfucker? That's a twin bed in his apartment. And she was dogging him because her ego was inflated because he was living in an apartment. And she ain't got no time for an apartment. Well, guess what balanced her ego out when he asked about her being married? And she said, well, I was married one time before. But you gotta listen to me. And she got humble. And in 2 minutes, she's climbing on him, kissing him in his bed. You see, because her ego got flattened out. You got to do that to bitches. You got to hit them with these backhand compliments. Like, yeah, but my face isn't good enough. Now, I wouldn't say it. Now, personally, I wouldn't say it like that brutally at 34 years of age. Now, at 26, I probably would have. But now I'm a little older. I wouldn't say that. But that's not a bad thing to say. I'll say that, like, in the reality of it. Like, this is why I'm not a pimp, because I'm too nice. Like at my age, now, maybe I was younger, and if I had known this game when I was younger, I could probably do it. But now, man, I've just grown to be more like a pacifist, I guess, if that's correct, because I just don't like trouble and shit. But no, this is right though. He did the right move. The ex did the right move, and that's why he was her. That's why she was his boyfriend, because he said that, and he probably bounced on her and left her, because that's why she's on the internet writing this shit, because she's heartbroken still. Because if she had broke up with him after that, okay, she would have led on with, yeah, that's why I left him and I met another man and blah, 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 and then he's still single living in his one-bedroom apartment. Like, I know how bitches are. We could probably find this, and I bet you she didn't lead up with that. Because if she had her, she wouldn't even have been on the internet writing this shit in the first place. I was told by an ex that that is correct. I have a body of a porn star, but my face isn't good enough. And that's what kept her fucking and sucking his dick excellent. Because she was humble. Bitch, you got the humble bitches. Don't like be too rude to him, but like little shit like that, that is enough to keep. She thought about that comment for the next 4 days. At work, in bed, in the shower, she thought about that shit and you know what? And it kept her acting right. You'd be a 10. Next comment. You'd be okay. No, see, this won't work for this girl. You'd be a 10 without all the piercings and modifications. Like, did I ask for your fucking opinion? Okay, see, she was hurt. She was humbled a little bit, but she still got, see, the piercings and modifications, see, she got that shit for free. Okay? Like most women, most attractive women do. Either one way or another. Either the tattoo artist or piercing artist just did it because she's sucking his dick, or she got some other man to pay for it. Okay, so either way, she got it for free. So see, she's hurt because it's brought to her attention that it doesn't please all men to look like this. But she looks like this from the validation of getting it from another man to get it. You see, so she'll just forget that man and golf and find some other man. You're not gonna hurt these bitches like this. See, like I said, most women get this shit for free in one form or another. Either the tattoo artist gave it to her for free, or she was sucking another dude's dick and he gave her the money to get it done. So she got that validation of getting it done from an outside source, which means that, oh, well, I must have validated somebody because I got it from a man. You see, so if you come along and say something about it, unless you just catch her on a bad day, like she'll rather just write you off and move on and just run to another man who tells her what she wants to hear, like what most bitches do, because they're impulsive and they just don't have much of an attention span. They just want to be told what they want to hear. Next, it's raining here in Prague. It's been raining all day. Let me see if I could show you. It's probably too bright. You can't see. It's probably too, man, you probably can't see, but it's been raining and my fucking allergies are, it's not horrible, but that's why I'm snorting like a fucking pig. Anyway, I can imagine if a bitch is watching this right now, man, because you are a fucking pig. I already know it. Anyway, you've got such a pretty face, or you'd be gorgeous if you just slimmed down a bit. I'm fat, take it or leave it. Okay. That's why it's a backhand compliment. Well, it's not even a backhand compliment. You'd be gorgeous if you just slimmed down a bit. That's a statement, bitch. That's not even a backhand compliment. But her self-esteem's hit because she's fat, and she knows she's fat. And there's some men who like fat bitches. I'm not gonna be mad at those men, but she's fat, and she knows that she's not gonna be on a fucking billboard in most of the world. Next comment. I'd pay for that. I'm not for sale, but okay, dude. Okay, this goes back exactly to my last live stream when I started it. See, women do not see, women's attention span is so short. They like, this is why women are not good at chess. They're not good at things that take thought and then comparing thought and then realizing what interest will do to a bank account. See, women, their attention spans are far too short. This is why in the old days it was always women and children, because they both have the same attention span. See, like I said in the beginning of my last live stream, women love to be catcalled, but the thing is, they just don't know it yet. Just, you see, like, kind of like if you play chess, like, you can lose the queen, but in losing the queen, you can guarantee a checkmate in 2 moves. You see, women can't think that far ahead, so women would just hold on to the queen and lose winning the game, and lose the game, instead of go ahead losing that queen, but then ultimately trapping the king to where it can't move, and then pop, move that knight up, and it's checkmate. Women's brains just can't work that intricately on long-term shit. So this is why I said the reason why women love to be catcalled is because catcalling validates that they're still attractive. And in my last live stream, I read that one woman's comment saying that she was tall and her sister was younger and prettier, and her sister gets catcalled, and she goes onto a rant on why she gets jealous that her sister gets catcalled, but she doesn't. You see, women, anything that infers woman is attractive and desirable as woman is win for woman. You see, the thing is, this woman, she's like, I pay for that. I'm not for sale, but okay. Well, first off, all bitches are for sale because this is woman's nature to be for sale. Second off, if it's such a fucking problem, walk next to a prettier woman then, and we'll see how long you're not. We'll see how long you're not for sale. We'll see how long you're not for sale. Walk next to a prettier woman, or go to an area where there's more money, because that's pretty much guaranteed to have prettier women in it. Go to an area that has more money in it and walk down the street. She's going to be, before you know it, she's going to be depressed with her head down. Oh, how come you don't ask me if I'm for sale? Because they brains, it's woman's brain. They can't think that far ahead. Next comment. Just stop talking, dude. You're so cute. Not hot by any means, but cute. Yep. And you know what? I bet you after that guy, whoever, I'm sure it's a guy who said it. After that guy said it, she actually acted like a decent human after that. Because like I said in other videos, usually the worst women to deal with are women between 6.5 to like 8.5. Because these women are the easy, like these women have the most range, meaning like if she's like a 7, well, she can go to like a poor, broke down area where there's lesser quality women, and she could be a dime piece, and she could be a 10 out of 10 in there. But that same 7, she can go to fucking Santa Monica and get passed over all day long. So she never really knows where she is. So like, yeah, she can be a bit humble, but if she just hangs out in this one area, she'll start getting her ego inflated, thinking she's something fucking hot and special, and then, then you got to deal with her being like a bitch. But if you like take her to like a better place, ironically, when she gets humbled, then she'll start caring about other people. Well, what would you like to do? And like I say so many times, you have to humble them. So I guarantee you, any man in her life, after that was said to her, she started acting like she had some sense. She started caring about people. She started being on time where she had to be. All that shit. It's just how women are. Not hot by any means, but cute. Yeah. And I bet you she started acting like she had common sense. Harsh. Next comment. Let me see how many this is. Oh, about halfway through. 24 minutes. Let me try to speed it up. You may not be the most interesting, but you get your work done. I thank you for that, my ignorant boss. And you know what? And I bet you she still works for him too, because he humbled. And I bet you she still here's your paper, sir. I bet you she still acts right. She still acts right. Because if she had gotten her head, like I say, man, so many times, if she had gotten her head that she was, the best or really good, she would have turned into a bitch. She would have turned into it. The boss knew it. You had You have to do this to women to keep them acting right. Because if like Patrice O'Neal with that whole fishing boat analogy, like he had to keep his fishing boat. Because if he didn't keep that fishing boat, she would start acting. Because if he didn't keep that fishing boat and she was the top fish, she would start acting crazy. You have to do it. You must do it. You like leave up pictures of bitches in swimsuits on your computer and let her come see it. You see what I'm saying? Leave your phone open and leave a bitch with big ass titties on it, and then let her see it. Like you got some way. Like you have to put back in her. Like okay, like you have like my girl. Like I tell my girl, like I tell my girl, like look, I like you, but like you, like my world does not revolve around you. You get up and leave right now, and I'm gonna be fine. Like I make it clear. Right? But like I said, like you have to. Anyway, I'm a broken record. I've always wanted to go try a lesbian grown man. I'm a lesbian for a reason. Yeah, you're a lesbian because you can't. Because yeah, see, continue. The woman's a lesbian because she can't keep a man. That's why she's a lesbian. She got her heart broke. Usually because she got her heart broke by a man, and now she realized that she can't keep the man she wants. That's why she's a lesbian. Okay, because if she's such a lesbian, I guarantee you she got dildos. If she don't like men, why she got dildos and vibrators? And why does she have penis-shaped sex toys if she's a fucking lesbian? Gay dudes ain't walking around with pocket pussies. I don't think they do. I wouldn't assume they do. You never hear them talk about it. But bitches, they always got strap-ons and all types of shit because they not gay. Bitches go gay because they got their feelings hurt too bad by men. And now they got to go find Sarah and put a fucking strap-on dildo to simulate a man when she wants sex. And it still don't work right. That's why they all walk around mad. You're pretty smart for a black girl. You don't talk like a black girl either. Well, yeah, that's a lot of black girls. But no, well, it's a lot of black girls. But it depends. That depends on where you're located. It really does. It depends on where it depends on the socioeconomic area where you're located. It really does. You're too hot to be asexual. Well, that's kind of a bad way to say it. But like as a man, I know what they were saying. Like you're fucking attractive. Why aren't you like fucking more? That's what the male shot. But it's a woman. You're dealing with a woman. Next comment. You're pretty smart for Hispanic. Sorry. Did you assume we were all stupid? Who the hell says that? Yeah, that's kind of racist. That is kind of that's a bit. I mean, that by definition of racist, that can be seen as racist. Some ass had told me they could tell I was losing weight because my boobs were getting smaller. See, okay, the only part in this that was bad was because my boobs were getting smaller. See, if they could just tell she was losing weight, it would have been perfectly fine. But like I said earlier, the backhand was inferring that something that is desirable to men was going away, which is the size of her boobs. That's why she was mad. Ugh. On top of it, ugh. See, the guy was an asshat because what she had that was desirable to men was going away. That's why he's an asshat. But the losing weight part was fine. Trust me. Shockingly rude, number 17. Your legs are so pretty. What happened to the rest of you? That's gangster. That's gangster. I have to know the whole context. I have to know the bitch, the context. Were they friends or not? were they friends or for real? That's pretty gangster. Your legs are so pretty. What happened to the rest of you? Nice. Look, like I said, in the dating market, in a dating market, you are still better off saying shit like this than worshiping the bitch. You are still better off doing it because as long as she's mad at you, you still doing good. You are because you still got something to work with emotionally. Because bitches just their lives are built off of emotions. So as long as you getting them emotions, you still got something to work with. You might have to just not talk to her for a week or two or some shit like that, but you got something to work with. But see, if you done dove in there, hi, pretty, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, the sun's out. And you end up in this like middle zone shit. You ain't got nothing to work with. Now you actually got more to fight to get into like to trigger some emotion out of her. Because now she's gonna see you and immediately think, oh, he's just a beta chump. He just floating in the middle zone. He ain't gonna try nothing too crazy. So now you got to work in like making it clear that you have the courage to try something really good or bad with it. But like, you still better like see, bitches say shit like this, but like they know the truth, man. See, they still they you are, as a man, you are still better off saying some fucked up shit like this than being too nice to her. Number 18, the audacity. Someone told me I looked better with makeup. Of course, it was a man. What, you were putting on makeup in the first place, bitch. So that means you thought you looked better without makeup. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. Next. Someone forgot their manners. Slide 19. My sister's mother-in-law told me I'm finally pretty like my sisters. What do you even say to that? Wait, my sister's mother-in-law. Oh, told me I finally look pretty. She was telling the truth. You used to be ugly, bitch. You don't gotta say nothing. You just laugh. Well, if you had good character, you would just laugh. But most women don't, so that's why they can't. That's why most women don't have a good sense of humor, because they don't have good character. You have to have a good balanced character to be able to laugh at shit. And most women don't. See, this is why most women are not good comedians. Slide 20. Last slide. You look good for your age. PSA. Never say this to a woman. Actually, never say this to anyone. Okay. No. What this means is never say this to a woman who is over the age of 26. That's who you never say it to. And even then, some women can still get off to it. Some women, like, because there is that population of women who get off to, like, you know, if they think they can look 2 years younger when they're fucking 64, oh, it makes me look 2 years younger. You know, there's always that dumbass population. But for the most part, just don't say it to a woman over 26 because she knows she's getting older. But yeah, man, so these backhand comments, man, like, pretty much backhand comments to a woman is usually shit that's either the goddamn truth, or shit that is the truth, or shit that would take a little bit of intricate thinking to realize something. That's all it is, man. That's all it is. But yeah, so that's the video. It's 32 minutes long. I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, it's fucking raining and shit. It's just a shitty day today. I'm ready to buy my ticket to Kiev in a couple hours, and I'm just lazy as fuck. I bought my health insurance. By the way, if anybody's thinking of traveling, like, this is a very important thing now. Since COVID is around, if you're from this, well, the United States is pretty much banned from the world for the most part. Well, I don't know if they lifted that shit, but COVID got so bad there. I don't know if you're aware, but the United States is pretty much banned from the world. Like, both the Americas, for the most part, are mostly almost banned. Well, they at one point were banned from the world. Like, you couldn't. It was just fucked up. But if you do travel, you got to get traveler's insurance that has COVID-19 coverage. And if you don't have it, they won't let you in. So I just bought my coverage. It was like $30 for like 35 days in Kiev. So it's not crazy expensive, as they probably could have charged for it. But yeah, man. Anyway, I'm rambling now. But yeah, have a good day. Peace out.